Cryptids, folklore, humanoid, animaloid, supernatural. Why are some cryptids typically thought of as a mutated species and others as supernatural? And how does one make the leap from mythology to cryptozoology? To you, is there even a difference? Welcome to Parks Unseen. I'm your host, Liam Wolf. Of course, some cryptids have firm roots in folklore from specific cultures, while others seem to have been ripped from the pages of a deranged Grimm's fairy tale. Then there are the otherworldly creatures, visiting from faraway galaxies, or right here alongside us, unseen in another plane of reality. They're all unearthly legends, but what is the difference between species and supernatural? Some recent sightings across the country have me pondering this very question, because in the supernatural realm of the cryptid universe, the typical rules of science don't apply. You'll never find hair or bones because, in most cases, they don't have physical bodies. Nothing is impossible, no sighting unreal. The one thing they all have in common? Blowing up the internet when a crazy encounter is caught on camera. And boy, have we got a doozy for you in today's Supernatural Roundup. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a weird ride. Because of its humanoid appearance, a crawler sighting is often first rationalized as a human playing a practical joke, at best, or an addict, homeless, or mentally ill person, at worst, thanks to its pale color, skeletal body, and jerky movements. Others, however, believe in the supernatural prowess of the crawler. With its glowing eyes and sickening walk, this trail cam footage is one of the best captures I've seen. Creepy, right? The crawler was the inspiration for a creepypasta tale about a fictional creature called a rake, which is why many people call a crawler a rake, or use those terms interchangeably. And if you encounter one, but have no idea what you're looking at, you might call a priest? This chilling clip crops up every now and then, and I'm always compelled to review it again with fresh eyes. This musician's YouTube channel has nothing to do with cryptids or anything paranormal. He just shares his original music with his modest following. But one night, he draws the attention of the creepiest follower of all. It seems at first glance like this is obviously staged. But as it goes on, the man's fear becomes palpable, and the priest's response always sends a chill down my spine.
Hey Mike, I need you. People think I'm nuts. It's on video, it's playing right now.
What's going on?
It's like a weird demonic looking thing, and it's like a human, and it's all scratched down. And this is the second time this happened this week.
Recording the video?
Yeah, right now it's on the video. It doesn't see me. I'm sitting back, but I can still see out the window really good. You should
Can't
see.
hear you?
No, it can't, but it's looking around like something out of a weird sci-fi movie. This thing is freaky. They won't think I'm crazy no more. Wait until you see this. Oh my god, it's like, you should see this thing, Mike.
Oh my god.
Like a gargoyle. It's like a gargoyle, man. I don't know, I should, what's the police gonna think? It's looking, oh my god, oh my gosh. Dude, this thing is weird. Just
Sure it's not somebody you should call the police?
Yeah, no, it's a demonic creature. It's not human. Just pray. This is really freaking me out because 3 nights ago I'm laying on the couch. I heard something open the door and walk through the sunroom as I'm laying on the couch. Then as I woke up, it was like gone. It was like it shot back through real quick. And I know I heard the door. This is unreal. Just pray.
Just pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, praise you, Jesus. Father God, I just want to lift Rick up to you right now, Lord. I don't know why he's being tormented like this, Lord, but we know you know. And Lord, you've been speaking to him in visions and dreams concerning
Oh, geez.
his work and different things, and the enemy is being attacked by you, Lord. And he's all worked up, but God, I just come against this. I bind these things right now, these evil spirits that are just harassing Rick and just coming into his yard. I just bind those things right now. I command them to cease and be still, be gone. I pray that you give Rick peace right now. I come against all fear. I bind that in Jesus' name. I pray, Father, that you just give peace and comfort, Lord, that he knows that Lord, that you are watching over, Lord. You are his rear guard, that nothing's going to come. When you lay down at night, no sudden terror will come upon you.
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh.
I command you to go in Jesus' name.
This thing is
Be
looking
gone.
weird. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It knows something's going on, man. This thing is. Oh my gosh. Oh my.
To my knowledge, and to the best of my research, this clip has never been debunked. There are skeptics, of course, and plenty of feedback as to why this clip looks suspicious to some people, but to this day, the musician swears on its legitimacy. What do you think? These next 3 clips are genuinely creepy, but we couldn't dig up much about their backstories. Are there reasonable explanations, or are these sightings as haunting as they seem?
What the hell? Hello?
I thought I seen a big buck or something. Wait, stop right there. What is that? Is it a buck? What is that? Dude, that's what.
Cody, how do you turn this on? Oh, what the crap? Is that a guy? What the frick?
What the fuck?
What was that?
He's walking creepy.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What?
Follow him.
The man in the video calls it a skinwalker, but this looks like a crawler to me. Skinwalkers are from Native American folklore and are commonly known to be shapeshifters, transforming from their human form into a wolf or other animal. Some also believe they have extraterrestrial connections. We'll be coming back to skinwalkers later on in this episode. In the meantime, and speaking of extraterrestrial, I used to think I'd be delighted to encounter any sort of otherworldly being. When you only consider the immediate thrill of a sighting and the potential impact of your own photo evidence, it's easy to forget about the difficult aftermath and the potentially gruesome details in between. I invite you to sink your teeth into a brand new monster myth series that faces them head-on. Beyond the Stars, Otherworldly Encounters spotlights the most famous alien encounters and UFO sightings in history. Through first-hand accounts, historical context, and expert commentary,
a craft like that would have been very obvious to a P-51 pilot.
each episode pieces together the puzzle of a notorious alien encounter and explores its broader cultural impact. From the birth of the flying saucer to shocking tales of abduction, medical experimentation, and mutilation, the mid to end of the 20th century was filled with countless such tales of mystery and intrigue, and we look forward to sharing them all with you. The legend of the witch, La Llorona, is rooted in Latin American folklore. Driven by jealousy and grief, La Llorona is said to have drowned her children and is now doomed to roam the earth forever, searching for them and lamenting her mistake. Her wailing cries are most often heard near bodies of water, where she committed her unspeakable sin. Notable for the sheer number of eyewitnesses and the in-depth news coverage, This bruja sighting quickly escalated into full-blown chaos.
Que uno de chiquito escucha en los barrios, en los pueblos, y muchas veces uno escucha, pero al medio de la noche pueden ser sonidos que se mezclan. Pero nunca he visto algo así en video.
En video, ahí está.
Nunca lo he
Realmente es
visto.
uno de los videos, hemos tenido muchos videos acá, pero es un
¡Ay, es una bruja, verdad, ve! ¡Mira, mira, mira! ¡Vecino, una bruja! ¡Allá, vela, ve! ¡Ay, vela, vela, ve! Es que sí, sí, vela, ve! ¡Mira, mira, mira! ¡Sí, ve! ¡Ay, sí, vela, ve! ¡Ahí es que se ve! ¡Dale duro, dale duro! ¡Ay, eso qué es, verdad, ve!
It's difficult to see the creature with any clarity from this vantage point, but considering the overwhelming response across the street, surely someone must have gotten a closer look.
Pues mire, la imagen que ustedes están viendo en pantalla en este momento es bastante aterradora y ha causado conmoción en las redes sociales. Y es que los habitantes, de manera tan rápida entre los techos.
No, por más que uno quiera entender si es una persona, un ser humano, para saltar de esa forma. Ni Spider-Man se atreve tanto, mía.
La reacción orgánica de la gente, incluso la atacan con palos.
Ay, pero
le dan-
It's refreshing to hear newscasters discuss an encounter starting from a position of belief, rather than suspicion or immediate assumption of a hoax. Have you seen any follow-up to this? Have any other eyewitnesses come forward with videos from this sighting? We're eager to hear about what you've been able to dig up. Let us know in the comments. Sometimes called the abominable snowman, the Yeti is a cryptid in the Bigfoot camp, falling somewhere between an animal species gone wrong and a fantasy character with supernatural abilities. The first sighting was on Mount Everest in 1921, when Sherpas discovered mysterious footprints and attributed them to a wild man of the snows. More recently, the Yeti found himself back in the spotlight when the public response was swift and harsh.
That's like the Indian footage. They found footprints of what they think is Bigfoot in India, and people saying, "Hey, asshole, this is an animal hopping.
Yeah.
Like this thing's only got one leg. If there's a Bigfoot, it's a one-legged Bigfoot, like some Dr. Seuss creature. That's one leg. Look at that.
Yeah.
Boing, boing, boing. That's an animal jumping, you assholes.
This is big. I mean, what would happen if they found a Yeti alive? I mean, I feel like it would be in the news for about 2 hours, right? And then Kanye would make it into a coat or something. But
Indians in the general public were supportive, however, and adamant that Army officials should be taken seriously. Would the Army really make such wild claims if there wasn't any truth to the discovery? Were they simply mistaken? It's unlikely to be a hoax. A hoax is typically orchestrated for a purpose: fame, money, notoriety. What reason could the Indian Army possibly have to generate a hoax like this? That wasn't the first time in recent years that Yeti made headlines. He was also spotted at a ski resort of all places. A cryptid sighting on a commercial property is rare. Some skeptics say it was a hoax generated to drum up publicity for the ski resort. But judging from the panic of the eyewitnesses, wouldn't this actually deter most civilians and drive business away? So that begs the question, if it were faked, what was the goal? Have you heard about other Yeti sightings in this part of Spain? What do you think about the Yeti in general? Bona fide cryptid, supernatural, mythical, or other? Would you like to see a future episode of Parks Unseen dedicated to the Yeti, or is he too far-fetched, even for you? This next cryptid is highly controversial, but not for the reasons you might think.
The Ohio Grassman is nothing more than a local nickname for Bigfoot. 8.5 feet tall may be the upper limits. Some of them are short, 6.5 feet tall.
Do you agree with Mr. Coleman, or do you consider Grassman to be in a category of his own? To be clear, this is not a creature with grass-like fur. His name refers to his diet and the type of hut often found near an encounter site. Whatever the creature is, this next sighting is pretty spectacular. Take a look.
The adventures of Nathan and Eric started in the Salt Fork State Park in Ohio. And when they got there, they said they had special permission to use their drone. And what they caught, they said, will make people scratch their heads and wonder.
Look at it. It's not a person. Look at the hair. You'd be stupid to walk out here in a suit. You'd get shot.
That sure looked like a Sasquatch to me. The first time we saw the Grassman truly be taken seriously was on the History Channel, where it received ample coverage after a sighting.
It had long, flowing hair around its shoulders.
It was a massive individual. It did walk under a limb that later on we measured at 10 feet high.
It's typically described as human-like because of the fact that it's walking upright on two legs.
In some situations, slowing the video down helps the human eye catch up to what's going on. As we zoom in, it becomes so pixelated that you've only got a few pixels there to try to identify what it is that you're seeing. And it just becomes too pixelated for us to be able to identify. There was not enough information there to really identify what it is that we were looking at. It did look like an upright walking creature, but anything more than that, there was not enough information there to identify it.
Unsurprisingly, the evidence was deemed inconclusive. The duende is a mystical figure from Spanish and Latin American folklore. Often depicted as a small, mischievous creature, duendes are believed to possess magical powers and can bring both good or bad fortune depending on how they are treated. Countless sightings have been reported from Belize, but duendes caught on camera are exceedingly rare. At least, we haven't seen many. Have you? They're often rationalized as being a case of mistaken identity, but to millions of people, the duende is a real entity, supernatural or not. Do you have a favorite cryptid or creature that Monster Myth has never covered? Tell us what you want to see. And if you have a creepy encounter to report, email monstermythtv@gmail.com to share your own experience or the most haunting clips you've seen online. The Monster Myth Network is growing. Have you explored what's new outside of Parks Unseen? Exclusive, never-before-seen cryptid footage in Beyond the Known, with eyewitness interviews by Donovan Dredd. Monster Myth Small Bites. For anyone just getting their feet wet in the wide world of cryptids, this spin-off includes origin stories, audio encounters, and more.
I noticed movement to my right about 80 yards out.
The most spine-tingling paranormal encounters in A Realm Beyond. And our new video podcast series exploring the most famous alien encounters and UFO sightings in history in Beyond the Stars, Otherworldly Encounters. Speaking of alien, this clip of an alleged skinwalker is sure to send chills up your spine. Skinwalkers are tricky, thanks to the ambiguous nature of their form. Are they animal, humanoid, extraterrestrial, spectral? Yes, all of the above. Even though I believe in the possibility that supernatural entities exist among us, I hesitated before including these clips. When encounters are easy to rationalize, the ridicule tends to intensify, but I'll ask you to keep an open mind and let you be the judge. This hiker was stopped in his tracks when he heard what sounded like two creatures screaming at each other across the wilderness. I haven't heard any animals that sound like this. Have you? And as is widely known with skinwalkers, the further away they sound, the closer they actually are. The stereophonic quality of a skinwalker's demonic whisper. His excruciating scream. Is there anything else quite as terrifying? What about if a supposed skinwalker lurks outside your home, impervious to your gunfire?
Okay, I'm gonna keep walking towards it. Might actually get to capture something here. All right, whatever you are, you need to leave. Stay out of this place. This is our home. This is our home. You need to leave. You need to leave now. I think that'll keep it away for a while.
Of course, skinwalkers and other supernatural cryptids aren't the most rational explanations for these occurrences. But that's the whole point. We don't live in a rational world. And if we can't open our minds just a smidge to the remote possibility of something extraordinary, what's the point of imagination at all? A man who had recently moved to the area snapped a photo of a strange-looking creature flying overhead. He claims to have had no prior knowledge of the Mothman legend. He simply shared the photo, and the locals told him, "You've seen a Mothman." Do you agree? It's hard to say. But I do believe in the possibility of a mutated species with oversized features. Of course, the locals are inclined to believe this is Mothman caught on camera.
Yeah, it does have potential, and I do sort of want to believe.
Especially down at the Mothman Cafe, where any new sightings of the legendary creature is good for business. But what about sightings that occur in the middle of nowhere? In a collaboration with Donovan Dredd last year, we interviewed a highly credible witness who had a terrifying encounter with a creature he believed to be a Mothman, and was even lucky enough to capture a photo. Supernatural cryptids can seem so fantastical. I do understand the skepticism. But they're called supernatural for a reason. They don't follow the same laws of physics, biology, and our perception of reality. So in a realm where literally anything is possible, who can definitively say what is real? The jury is definitely still out on this unusual and fairly new cryptid. Is it supernatural or merely a novelty? First, a little backstory. This footage was recorded on CCTV in the backyard of a man named Jose. Not knowing what he was looking at, and obviously a little freaked out, Jose brought the tape to a local Univision network office. Univision called Victor Camacho, host of a late-night paranormal radio show.
But this is really amazing. I don't know where they are. I mean, I don't know. Could be extraterrestrial, could be elves. I don't know, whatever you want to think. Just I want to show you this and make your own mind.
Jose's footage became the topic of an episode of Fact or Faked Paranormal Files, where they tried to recreate the creature and manufacture realistic footage.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, me neither.
It's weird. I don't know what else to call it.
Forwarded the copy of this clip to Animal Control in Fresno. They have never seen anything like this, and nothing else has been reported like it in the area.
But nothing conclusive really came of that. Finally, in 2011, the Nightcrawler appeared again, clearer than ever. Many have dissected this footage using professional editing tools, whether to try to prove its legitimacy or to debunk it.
Some footage of another Nightcrawler by another house. Actually, once you strip away all the layers of degradation, it's just me sleepwalking with a watermelon as I do from time to time. Oh, and the top half of me is digitally removed, which our old friend's stationary camera made easy.
The only thing people can seem to agree on is that they like it. The Nightcrawler has exploded in popular culture with artist renderings, plush toys, and other merchandise. Local Fresno artist Laura Spolach says, "They look unique and different. It's a weird thing to fake. But if they're real, that's even weirder." What do you think about the Nightcrawler? Are you a believer? Should we dig a little deeper in a future episode? We hope you enjoyed this supernatural expedition outside the earthly realm of our national parks. Until next time, stay curious and keep your eyes open. In the wild, you never know what secrets may be lurking, waiting to be unveiled in the great expanse of parks unseen.